What is one word that you would use to describe Ruth?
She's kind, she's smart, she's loving, she's beautiful.
That's a lot more than one word.
I know. I'm trying to think of how to put them all into one word.
Determined.
Driven.
Powerful.
Principled.
Competitive.
Even-keeled or calm.
Easygoing.
Única.
Genial.
Heartwarming.
Mom.
Probably kind.
Hostess with the mostest.
She's very fun.
Tenacious.
Tenacious.
Elegance.
Family.
Inspirational.
To many, she is the director, a professional, put-together powerhouse. With over 4 decades of work experience, she's climbed the corporate ladder with a level of dignity and precision never before seen.
When Ruth walks into the office, she has a take charge energy that everyone respects and loves.
She walks in fast, with confidence and purpose.
We have known each other for more than 30 years.
I first met Ruth on December 11th, 1989.
I met Ruth 29 years ago when we both worked at Air Canada.
It was my first job in Canada, and my first impression of her is that she was fierce and professional, handling many things all at once.
First impression of Ruth is that she had a strong presence and she was very confident.
Your colleagues always admired the energy that you brought into the room. It was unmatched.
She leads with compassion and fearless, and I have had the privilege of working with her for many years.
She knows I say this with all the love that I have, but she also knows that I joke with her about this all the time, that she is way too driven.
She is a person that when you want to get a tough job done, you give it to Ruth. I would not be able to describe Ruth in one word. It would not do her justice.
Hardworking and reliable and dependable and quick as a whip.
My phrase for Ruth is, Ruth, you excel at everything.
But her work ethic extends well beyond her workplace persona.
One thing about Ruthie is that she doesn't stop working.
She doesn't just work 9 to 5. She's working like 24/7.
When thinking about my mom's work ethic, she probably has the strongest work ethic I've ever seen in a person.
I've seen her at her desk until like 1 or 2 in the morning because she just needs to make sure everything is done, and she refuses to sleep until it is.
She will stop at nothing to get what she wants, and that is a huge part of why I have the work ethic I do.
She is the kind of person that notices when anything is off and she fixes it right away.
And she's held part-time jobs since it was legal for her to do so, in addition to going to school and taking care of everyone around her.
En la escuela pues siempre fue muy cumplidora de su trabajo. Le gustaba el deporte también.
Since you were going to school at Mackenzie and taking the bus from Jane and Finch to Mackenzie became a real pain, you were driven to buy yourself a car. And I remember you were working the double shifts at Country Styles, you were working at different locations, and you're also working at Shoppers, and lo and behold, before you knew it, there you were with a Pontiac Firebird.
Your ethic is like no other that I've ever known. It's one that I'm always trying to hold my own ethics and standards up to.
I can't remember her ever missing a class, not being prepared for class. She gave her 100% all of the time.
I was making sure everything was taken care of.
She's always been so strong and determined to get whatever it is that she wants in her life, and also determined to get everything that her family deserves.
Ruth is the kind of person that takes the time to listen, ask questions, analyze, and then offers help, encouragement, and advice.
She's just very dedicated and she's very loyal, and she will always help out the people that she loves. She'll be the first person to offer help. She'll be the last person to leave.
Pushing me to get the most out of myself.
Well, I'm extremely grateful that I got to grow up seeing her and learning more about her as I got older, because she is just such an inspirational woman.
Whether it was in band, where she played flute and piano, whether it was in gymnastics, or saving every stray animal that came along.
You can always count on Ruth to be there no matter what.
Whenever she has a particularly busy week, she always says, I don't know how I do it. And honestly, I don't know how she does it either, but she always does.
From these testimonials, we see a corporate leader, a hard worker, a family woman. But when you look a little closer,
when you want to get a tough job done,
to get whatever it is that she wants,
she will stop at nothing.
Competitive.
She likes to win.
Things start to add up. What do we really know about Ruth? There isn't much public information available. She moved to Canada at a young age, started working as soon as she could, and attended York University. But did you know that she studied psychology? The science of understanding people, motivation, weakness, influence. The art of control. In 1981, she enters the workforce. No noise, no spectacle, just free donuts and steady advancement. Within years, she gains access to higher-level discussions. By 2003, she becomes the director. Over the span of 4 decades, Ruthless embeds herself in environments of increasing influence. She listens more than she speaks, observes more than she reveals,
When anything is off,
gains trust,
You can always count on Ruth.
authority,
Reliable.
reach.
all of the time.
True power is not loud. It's infrastructure. Some people believe the mission was corporate excellence. Others suspect something larger. A long-term strategy. World domination. But this is just a theory. To understand the full story, we have to start at the beginning.
¿Cómo fue crecer con Ruth como hija? ¿Era divertida, mandona, exigente, protectora? ¿Qué?
Oh, bueno, era muy divertida, muy cariñosa, amable, pero también bastante estricta.
growing up with a sister like Ruth was very fun and very exhausting, I would say.
She was always very loving and thoughtful and very empathetic. She's very sweet, but she was also very independent. She always wanted to be her own little person.
Ruthie was always the cute one with the long twisted pigtails and very definitive and definite opinions.
I loved when we were dressed the same, like identical, and Ruth, not so much.
No.
We were basically attached at the hip throughout elementary and most of middle school after we met.
We met in grade 4 in Miss Swindell's class. It was the beginning of the school year, and we were instructed to make a picture of our own liking. You handed it to Miss Swindell, who made such a fuss and was very impressed that she put it on the wall. I looked at it and I also was very impressed. I thought to myself, I want to be her friend. We started talking and you taught me how to make the same drawing. Over the years, you also taught our friend Karina.
She taught me to roll my sleeves down and always secure them at the wrist with the buttons. She taught me to put the lid down on the toilet seat. The very proper things. She taught me about loyalty and overcoming adversity and doing so with determination and humor and kindness.
On my 30th, or was it my 40th birthday, you made us both a ceramic plate with the same drawing, which you dubbed Escape to Friendship Island. I still have it and cherish it very much.
Your love and dedication, passion for your family is just unmatched.
Since I've known you, and it's been pretty much 45 years, that you've been driven to be the best version of yourself. I want to thank you for being such a good friend to Laura, of course, but to me and my family.
You've always been a loyal friend.
As we grew up, or as I grew up with you as a young adult, you were really the backbone of my discipline in that household, and you always made sure that we had what we needed, no matter what.
Yo recuerdo que una vez cuando ella oyó que Ricky dijo, entonces tenía más o menos unos 7, 8 años, y dijo alguna palabra que no le gustó, le dijo ella, ¿qué has dicho? Él dice nada, para grabarse la boca inmediatamente.
She was so relentless with her attitude and the way she was and the way she approached life. She used to work so hard but play hard.
No era ni tan mala.
But on the same point, you also had a lot of fun with me.
She knew her mind early on and made sure she was treated with respect, and she treated everyone around her the same way. She knew right from wrong and didn't hesitate to share that.
Pues ella se adaptaba a todo, fue muy adaptada. Una de las cosas que tuvo que tal vez fue diferente, muy diferente para ella, fue la venida de Ecuador para acá.
When we were very, very little in Ecuador, obviously we were very, very comfortable. We had a very, good life. But when we got to Canada, it was a little bit more difficult.
As you probably know, we lived in a stressful neighborhood. Brand new immigrants in a brand new country, all put together, trying to figure things out.
We did have to learn how to fend for ourselves and, make the best out of life.
But just having Ruth by my side helped to ease any kind of stress that I felt, and I always felt very safe in her presence.
Un poco difícil la adaptación, pero no duró tanto porque como a los 2 o 3 semanas yo las oí en la sala conversando a las 2 en inglés. Claro, eran cosas elementales que les había pasado en la escuela, pero no me imaginé que tan pronto habían pues tomado el idioma, ya aprendido, digamos, parte para poderse comunicar entre ellas.
I think it shaped us in a positive way to what we are today.
We began this investigation with the suspicion that she must be working with some sort of secret service in order to make it all happen. But after interviewing those closest to her, it becomes clear that there was no secret network, no invisible hand, no hidden operation, just 60 years of discipline, loyalty, intelligence, and love.
You would always include me in everything that you did growing up. Even, I think, one of your first dates with your husband that you have now.
We worked together. Me, just some punk, my first full-time job. She happened to work in one of the other departments that I worked in, checking her out from time to time. She was always smiling, always laughing, and always had a positive vibe about her. We became friends, and we would go for lunch together, and then something else started happening. I asked her if she wanted to go out, and there was a car show happening in Toronto, and lo and behold, she said yes, with her little brother.
You probably didn't have to bring the little one along, but you did, and I appreciate you always involving me and giving me those experiences in my life.
Later on, we went to see Phantom of the Opera, and both Ricky and her mother came with us, so I knew that family was very, very important to her.
The kids that you have raised are wonderful, and they are shining examples of the person that you are.
When you think about how hard she works and how busy she always is, it would be easy to think that work takes priority in her life, but I never felt like she was too busy for me.
I'm super grateful to have her as a mother. She's fucking awesome.
We would play all the time. We would do hula hooping, skip it, Polly Pockets, drawing, playing cards. I never felt like I wasn't #1 priority.
She was always just going above and beyond to make sure that everybody she loved is okay.
Anytime I needed anything, she was there. Whether it's poster board for a school project due the next day or a McFlurry at 11:30 on a school night. She has always gone out of her way to make sure I have everything that I need.
To this day, she's still like that, and I absolutely adore that side of her. Even though I told her she needs to relax and put herself first sometimes, Ma, when you watch this, put yourself first more. I love you.
I would like to also thank you for helping raise me to be the adult that I am. I love you more than anything, and I probably can't show that enough.
She was just completely selfless, just going above and beyond constantly to make sure that everyone was okay. Not even just that they're okay, that people are having a good time.
Whenever we head over to her house, she always has activities set up for us to do.
She always has a little gift or something for us to do.
so that we don't get bored when we come over.
The first time I met Ruth, I thought that she was very protective of her family because she loves them so much that she wanted to make sure that whoever was around loved them and cared for them as well.
Ruth may or may not be a planted spy with a master plan for world domination, but one thing we know for sure is that she is ruthless, not in cruelty, but in execution. She's strong, resilient, and uncompromising. She rises to every occasion and will not hesitate to throw herself into danger if it means protecting the ones she loves.
There's a lot of stories I could tell. I think a lot of them I'm going to take to my grave, and I think some of them you'll probably agree.
We were on vacation in Punta Cana, and I was sick. It was my turn to get sick. And I was quite unwell, and Ruth really wanted me to go see the doctor. So she flagged down a golf course gentleman, and she asked him to please take me to the doctor. And he said, "Senora, it's not a far walk, it's very close." And she said, no, my friend is sick. You have to drive her. And he said, "Okay, senora." So we hopped onto the golf course, and within 12 seconds and maybe 5 feet, we were at the doctor's door, and I was taken care of. That's the kind of person and friend Ruth is.
So when I was around 12, 13, I really wanted a Justin Bieber haircut. And so I did my absolute best at the time to style my hair like Justin Bieber did. It was so bad, but for some reason I was just intent on keeping this haircut. And my mom, God bless her soul, ever so gently would be like, "Honey, like, I think you need a haircut. You ever think of, like, pushing your hair back?" Now, looking back on it, it was bad. It was really, really bad. Every time I'm about to make a stupid decision, she can see it from like a mile away before I actually, go through with it. Every time it's made, in the back of my mind, I'm just like, she was right. I got no regrets, but she was right. I'll give it to her.
We were very young, maybe 9 or 10. It was a summer school program where we were going on a school trip, waiting for the bus, and the bus was late. So we're playing hide and seek. And after a few minutes, the bus came, and I called out for Ruth, and I said, "Ruth, the bus is here. Come on, let's go. We got to get on the bus." I called out, I screamed out, "Ruth!" And the teacher got angry at me and said, "Sit down, she's at the front of the bus." I went up to the front of the bus, and she wasn't there. And I started crying, and I was screaming at the bus driver that he had to turn around because my sister wasn't there, and he had to turn around. I snuck out, and I ran all the way back. And I couldn't find her at school, and I was freaking out, and I thought, I ran to the house, and there she was at the front door, sitting there waiting. And you know why she didn't come out? Because she didn't want to lose.
I think I was turning 18. I was home alone in an apartment I shared with my mom. Wasn't doing anything for my 18th birthday. I was just basically sad and feeling sorry for myself. And then there was a knock at the door. And I answered the door, and there's Ruth and Laura standing there, huge smiles on their faces with soda and chips and presents. And I didn't even know that they knew it was my birthday and that I was home alone. And I felt so taken care of and so loved in that moment. And that was amazing for me.
One of my favorite moments with Tia Ruthie is when we were in the pool and we were doing a pool noodle race when we were in the horse position on it, and we tried to race through the pool.
Every time I sleep over, you are always the best mommy and make me the best breakfasts with cucumbers and cream cheese. My favorite.
We went for that little walk and found those hidden beaches in Greece while everyone else was relaxing on the other beach. It was a really fun adventure.
My favorite memory of Tia Ruthie is when I was drawing a little wanted poster for Keely, and then he just kept stealing my pencil and flying around. And then he landed on Tia Ruthie's head, and she just kept talking like it was nothing.
I would say the Christmases of Tia opening up all the presents and doing all the Kris Kringle stuff. She's always done that very, very well, and always made such lasting memories for our family.
Dancing on the piano bench at Elder, and you teaching me those moves and how to shake my stuff and use these Spanish hips. And I really appreciate you showing me how to have fun at the same time showing me what not to do.
In Aruba, when we all went out and partied, and then you woke up and made us all grilled cheese because somebody was a little drunk. Karina.
When I was in elementary school and high school, I hated studying, especially for like math or science or geography or those boring subjects. So whenever I had a test, my mom would always sit with me at the counter and she would help me come up with mnemonics to memorize the Great Lakes or the stages of photosynthesis or whatever it was that I just couldn't bring myself to learn. I didn't enjoy the studying aspect of it, but for whatever reason I was just really into these toe faces. And I think that kind of just speaks to how she always just knows how to get the job done.
She and Grace planned my baby shower, but I've never been to an event that was so well thought out and had so many cute little details, and I know that all kind of came from her creativity and just her excitement of having her, what we didn't know then, were her new niece and nephew join the family.
I remember going to your house, hon, one morning, and I was kind of hungry, and I told you that I needed something to eat, and you, with your caring self, as always, says, "Oh," you said, "Hon, can I make you a South American breakfast?" And I said, I don't know what that is. But you said, not to worry, I'll make it for you. So you made me a coffee, you toasted some bread, and you buttered it with a lot of butter, and you cut it into long strips. And you told me, now just dip it in your coffee and eat it. And I thought, oh, really? I thought, okay, I tried it. Can I tell you, it was delicious. The melted butter on the top of the coffee, which made the coffee taste so much better.
I guess we were in, I don't know, grade 11 or 12, and we would be in some form of competition, of course. I was about to take the shot, and she pulled on my jacket, so I didn't get to take the shot, but she ripped it. God damn it, you still owe me a freaking jacket.
A leather jacket.
A leather jacket. Never gonna let that down.
For 60 years, she's operated in plain sight, not as a secret agent in some sort of syndicate, but as an architect of stability, of opportunity, of love, laughter, success, joy, and a life that she has always dreamed of.
When I was a little girl, Tia and I would be like, look on the Saturday paper and look at the houses and stuff like that. So I think I had hopes that I would have a good life, that I would have, like the Brady Bunch house type situation.
What about the Brady Bunch home did you like?
The stairs. It wasn't so much like the Brady Bunch house, but it was much more the vibe, right? Where everyone is getting along, everyone, like the whole family gets along. There's lots of siblings, but they all get along. And they have a good partnership between the Brady couple, so it was less about the actual house than the way that they got along and they lived well together. So I think I just imagined that I would naturally just have a nice life.
Ruth Adams is living proof that anything is possible if you set your mind to it. And today is the day that we celebrate her and everything she's worked so hard to achieve. Not just for herself, but for the people she loves.
Oh, Ruthie, I can't believe how old we are. And can you believe how lucky we are to have had each other for so many years?
Parece mentira cómo pasa el tiempo.
We've celebrated 51 birthday celebrations together.
I want to wish you 60 more healthy and happy years.
We're so blessed to call you a friend, but you're more than that. You're definitely family.
You are a bright and shining star in my life.
I am forever grateful to have you in my life.
Deseo todo lo mejor que Dios y la vida pueda darte.
As you enter this new decade of your life, I want you to live every day with good health and purpose.
Wish you nothing but love and happiness on this special day.
So enjoy your birthday, Ruth. I wish you all the best. Have the best time of your life as you celebrate and joyificate and jubilate.
Happy birthday. We love you so much.
Love ya.
Mwah.
Mwah. Buon compleanno, Bella.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ruth.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ruth.
Happy birthday, Mama.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Tia.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Tia. Love you.
happy, happy birthday, my dear friend. I love you.
I love you, Ruthie.
I love you.
Love you. Love you.
I love you, Ruth.
And I love you.
Happy 60th birthday, Mommy. I hope it's as special as you are.